What up everyone, Clayton here, and today we're here with another Elder Scrolls 6 wishlist. This is a series where we talk about some of the stuff we want to see in the next Elder Scrolls game. I take some of your comments as well as make up my own ideas about what I want to see. So if you guys want to see some of your comments in the video, go ahead and leave your comments down below and maybe you'll get featured in a video. I think we have two this episode where we have people featured, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first one we have is from Chris O'Neill. He was featured in a previous video. But he says something that I want to talk about, and it's about Fallout 4 and how they could implement some of the crafting systems that we've seen from E3 into the next Elder Scrolls game. He says, weapon crafting customization. The Fallout 4 crafting system for weapons could be implemented in the Elder Scrolls for melee and bow, and armor crafting systems such as finding the plans for a certain improvement, and you can make it to any weapon such as, let's say, serrated edge improvement. This would add gameplay and visual customization, and you could add this to any type of weapon. Now, instead of just having an ebony sword, you could have a serrated edge to change its appearance. And yeah, so he pretty much just says that's kind of the stuff you could do. He talks about a little bit more stuff. But yeah, I think it'd be really cool, because right now there's not very many weapons in Skyrim, and adding these improvements could make the game a little bit, you know, role-playing, I guess, so you don't always have like an ebony sword and an ebony mace, and you can kind of customize it to what kind of a character you are. If you rather do more damage, then, you know, put a shredded blade on it. If you want to do more damage, and that increases damage or something. As well, if you want to be a little bit more like defensive, maybe there's an improvement that makes your block with a sword more improved. I don't really know what that would be for a sword, but that would be some ideas that could really be cool. As well as, like he said there, that to find the crafting options, the improvements for this, you would have to search for them, like kind of like schematics and Fallout 3. This could be more of a collecting thing, and, you know, take more time to, like, I want to collect all the improvements. So that'd be kind of a more collecting thing. Because like in Skyrim, you had like the Stones of Barren Side that you could go collect, as well as a Dragon Priest Mask you could go collect. So getting these improvements to be able to scatter it all around whatever nation or country you're in the next Elder Scrolls game would be really cool. And just saying like having swords look different than the original one would be really cool, especially without using mods. And speaking of mods, I'm going to talk about something as our second thing that I really want to talk about this episode, and that is bringing mods to the console. So in Fallout 4, or the Fallout 4 release trailer and gameplay, Todd Heller said something about having mods on consoles, you know, whenever the modding tools come out, and it finally gets out for Fallout 4. So that means like Fallout 4 mods are going to be to console. And I think that's something that you really need in an Elder Scrolls game. Skyrim, the only reason why it's been around so long, because it came out in 2011, and it, you know, is probably one of the most top-rated mods on the Steam Workshop. Like, all the mods for that are very popular, and that's the only reason why Skyrim's still really relevant, is the mods. If there's no mods on Skyrim, I don't think the game would be as relevant. So if they want to keep their game relevant, they would need to make it so that console gamers can get, you know, mods as well. I know a lot of people use PCs to play Skyrim and Elder Scrolls games, but consoles still have a big part of the market share, so having them have mods so they could play the game longer would make it so that, you know, the next game more people would buy that, and I think that'd be amazing for them and amazing for us as well, so a win-win for everyone involved. So I think console mods would be just freaking awesome. And another thing that isn't really related to the Fallout 4 announcement and stuff that they said for the Fallout 4 game is something from Aiden Haley, which says, one thing in the next game should make vampirism livable, giving us at least 50% regen during a day or some other form of regen. Also the possibility for more were creatures like vultures or were sharks, both in Altmire Dominion. I've never heard of those. But yeah, I think that something brings up, the Dawnguard DLC in Skyrim, becoming a vampire was like really cool looking, but when I saw like the blowbacks and the damaging part of being a vampire, it kind of made me not want to be a vampire. You cannot really quest out during the day because none of your stuff regens, so that means you're kind of just dead in the water if you get attacked. And I think just a little bit of regen in the next Elder Scrolls game for a vampire, if vampires continue to be a thing, which they were in Oblivion and Skyrim, so I assume they will be, but you need to improve it so it's a little bit easier, because I don't think hardly anyone really wants to be a vampire in this game because it's just too difficult. And I know people are like, oh, this game's already too easy for like Skyrim, and we don't want to make the next one easier. but it's a game. Like, you don't really, if you want to play a difficult game, go play Dark Souls or something. I want to be able to play what I want to play, and not have to be like, like held back by the choices I make. Like, if I want to be a vampire, I know I'm not supposed to be out in the day, and I should be like hurt because I'm out in the day. But you should definitely not be to the point where you can't even quest during the day. It just kind of breaks the game, and you just automatically just want to get rid of vampirism. So that's kind of the stuff I want to talk about for today, and all the things I want to see in the next Elder Scrolls game, as well as you guys. So like I said, make sure to leave comments about what you guys want to see in the next video, as well as make sure to give likes and subscribe for more. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and this is Clayton, signing out.